Sweet, I'm so tired of you. Sweet, I'm so tired of you treating me this way. I'm sick and then sweet, I'm so tired of you. Sweet, I'm so tired of you treating me this way. And I'm human, treating me this way. Sweet, I'm so tired of you. Sweet, I'm so tired of you treating me this way.
We are live. Thanks, Ed. This is second take. Take number 2.
Dos.
We had an audio crash. I guess you could blame Mercury retrograde in that sense because we were having issues with everything, it seems like, from uploading episode 3 weeks later to audio crashing. But it's okay. You don't want to hear that nonsense in the beginning. So we're good now. So welcome to another episode of Dig Deep with Audie and Coach B. I'm Coach B.
I'm Audie.
And we actually have a great episode today. We're going to be kind of discussing future training plans that this young lady over here is going to be doing. She's doing her first 100-mile race next year.
No, that is you. That is all you.
She signed up for a race.
The Bandit
Ultra Trail 15K. So we were thinking about talking about a bunch of other stuff, but then we realized that we're going to dedicate this episode to you, and you can kind of discuss your outlook on what the next 5 weeks, 5 weeks, 6, yeah, about 5 weeks.
I don't even want to think about how
5, 6
close
weeks.
it's gonna be.
You know,
I'm just going in and running.
Local
yeah.
race, Simi Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we'll kind of talk about that. We'll kind of talk about, I guess, my future plans with running too, because I kind of decided on some big stuff I want to do. And then kind of talk about balancing that, because I guess a lot of people ask us how do we balance. I mean, we have no kids yet, but like, how do we balance business to your job, to me running, to me training clients, to me programming and doing all that kind of stuff.
A relationship.
Like, you know, each and every day I've been getting more people asking about my coaching, which has been great. And I've gotten some new clients out of it. And so it could be difficult balancing everything out. But I think right now, before we get to that, we'll have you talk about your thought process on this next race, which is in 5-6 weeks.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that. I'm like, ugh, no.
I know it's
That's pretty
September.
close. Wow. Well, no, we're in August.
Yeah, it's in September next month.
Yeah.
At the end of the month. We're literally like 5 weeks away, like 5 to 6 weeks, end of the month.
Oh my gosh.
You're thinking like 2 months. Dang, girl.
Yeah, I don't know. See, okay, now I'm the one that's like messed up with dates.
You're in a portal right now.
An energy portal.
Alien took you up.
Like what? Okay. So I signed up for this race, and
Well, what was your thought process first? Like, talk about that, because in reality, you just didn't sign up for the race.
No.
You had a friend that you just met, Charlotte, from On Track. So talk about that and like how that became something.
yeah, so I was debating on signing up for this race, and I wanted to do something more that I could challenge myself. But as I was about to sign up, I look at the elevation gain, which was, I think, 2,300 and
24, like 22
I don't know,
to 24,
something like that. I don't know.
Climbing.
But
this is 4 miles up, by the way.
Yeah, in 4 miles down.
4 miles up.
No, 4.5.
4.5 up.
And
4.5
down.
down.
Yeah.
Out and back.
So I just saw the distance, and I thought, oh, I could do that. And then I didn't realize the elevation gain. And so when I was talking to her on Instagram, I said, I don't know if I want to do this. The elevation gain's kind of scary. And then I just put it out there to God, universe, whatever you want to call it. I just said, okay, if there's a sign that I should do this race, please give it to me. Of course, on Strava, she puts that she has a race code for the race.
Yep.
I was like, so I commented and said, this must be my sign. And then she sent me something on Instagram about, I don't really remember exactly, but it motivated me enough.
It's like releasing fear.
Releasing fear, and, you know, you'll never know when something's hard unless you challenge yourself.
Yeah.
And I never really thought of it that way because it's like, not that I'm looking for the easy way out with when it comes with running.
But we all do, though.
But I guess I kind of did because I just saw, 9 miles, I could do that. I ran 8 miles a few weeks ago on the trail. I'll be fine. But what I got scared was the elevation. But I thought, you know what? I've done Spartan races in the past in crazy elevation, fucking thunderstorm in Colorado that I remember when we were on top of that mountain. I always think about this when something's getting really hard when I'm racing by myself, but I have you racing this race with me, thankfully. But I always thought about when, remember when we went to Colorado and we did that race, and then I just hear this loud noise in the sky. And I said, what is that?
You didn't even go to the top of the peak. You were, like, tapped out.
No, I was tapped out, and I did not want to...
That was your first... I think that was both our first...
crazy elevation.
Crazy elevation.
Well, I didn't want to carry the bucket or whatever.
It wasn't a bucket. It was literally just climbing up that last part of the mountain.
I thought you were holding a bucket.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
You're
I said, I'm not doing that.
You're oxygen depleted. You're like...
Yeah, I had the
you're
oxygen
done.
in the can.
You had the oxygen in the can in you.
That shit saved my life.
I think you were using that because I think we
It
got
works.
above... If I remember, we got like maybe 11... I think that peak was 11.6, maybe almost 12.
Yeah,
from what I remember.
Yeah, it was pretty high.
So that was our first like...
Definitely not used to that being in sea level.
No, yeah, and I think we didn't really train.
Yeah, we
altitude.
didn't train. We just...
It was an anniversary trip.
Yeah, it was our anniversary trip, and we did the Beast. I think it was 14, 16 miles.
Yeah, we didn't do anything else other than that. We just did that one.
And I remember hearing the thunder and...
The rain.
They were starting to evacuate people off the mountain, and then I looked at you and said, what are we going to do? Who's going to come rescue us? Where do we stand? He said, you better start running fucking fast. I said, what do you mean? That's the way down. So I ran so freaking fast down that damn mountain.
That was a long day. That was like 5 hours.
Yeah. That was long, and it was cold as hell, raining and thundering. That was probably the hardest race I've ever done, just because of the weather.
The good old days when we used to do that with our friends, Donnie, Alyssa, Alicia, Sean. Who else did we do that with?
I think that's it.
It was just our group, huh?
Yeah, just us.
Man, the good old days.
Yeah.
Not doing that anymore.
I don't miss doing that because I almost broke my arm, broke my leg. No thanks.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Remember I had to get rescued down?
You didn't break your leg.
Huh?
You didn't break your leg or anything.
No, but it hurts so bad.
Ah, jeez. This girl's over-exaggerating.
I know,
something.
I am.
I was like, what are you talking about?
No, I didn't almost break. I just had this. I had a shin splint. No, a shin
like
splint.
Ankle of shin issue, and Aaron said you might be able to run that day.
And then I just got that awful pain.
You got that pain, and you're like, I'm not gonna run.
Yeah, and then it was so cool. I DNF'd. That was the first race I've ever DNF'd in Big Bear.
I don't even call it DNF.
Well, it was, but whatever. But
it's on record, so you're fine.
Okay.
No record
well,
of it.
now people know.
No record of it.
Okay. Out of sight, out of mind. But the cool part of it was like seriously the best thing. They picked me up in an ATV and I sat in the back and they're going fast down the mountain. And it was so much fun when I got to the bottom at the medic tent. What did they tell me?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh wait, you
I wasn't there, so how do I know? What did they tell you? I had no idea. Ed, do you know? Did they tell you anything, Ed?
I asked the guy that was driving. I said, "That was so much fun. Can we go back up again?" And he looked at me like I was crazy. And said,
did you know that?
No.
I didn't know that. Anyone else here know that? No.
But
Cody?
that was
Is
so.
Cody here somewhere?
Where's Cody? Oh, I miss him. But yeah, that was the best part of that race.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty interesting race now I think about it. Because I think back in the day, we just kind of signed up
with no training.
No knowledge of, like, it was like, we love Big Bear, so it was like, this is... Because that's when I did Big Bear was my first long distance ultra, now I think about it. My first, like, 50-mile race, official 50-mile, where I actually finished a race like that. All the other ones were, like, 100K attempts, and then I got to like the 50s, and then I tapped out.
Yeah, that was when Mervin, our brother-in-law, he said, "I'll rub your feet." I thought he was joking around. He's being dead serious.
Yeah. Oh my God, I remember that day.
Yeah, that was funny.
But yeah, we used to just sign up for hard things, and then I think as we got older, we started to process other things in life, and like I think we started to develop more fears about mountains and trails and snakes and
Yeah,
other
I was
aspects.
never afraid of that before.
And so I think as you get older, you start processing things a little bit more differently. I mean, Ed would probably say something too about that. But yeah, I think as we get older, we start to learn more about ourselves in a physical standpoint and a spiritual standpoint. And then,
And here comes anxiety knocking on the door.
Yeah, anxiety and everything else that happens in life. And,
Yeah.
But I mean, you signed up for something.
Mm-hmm.
And I got dragged into it, so now I'm doing it.
I asked if you wanted to do it.
I wasn't even asked. It was like, you're asking me to sign up now before that discount code expires.
Dude, you love running. That could be a training run for you.
I know. So if you see my stats, it's not legit.
Okay.
It's not me racing. I'm there supporting. I was talking to someone the other day, and I said, I just got to kick back and not be the coach running with her and be the husband running with her. Because if my coach side comes out, then I'm going to be like, hurry the F up, let's go, come
But
on.
I want that, though.
No, I think you need the other support of like, come on,
No,
babe, let's go. Just a little bit more.
No,
we'll see.
I signed
We'll
you
see.
up,
Okay,
you
we're
know,
gonna have to rewind this when we do the
Okay,
episode
we'll
after
see.
that. But
No, the reason why I signed, or...
Well,
Well,
Charlotte-
I guess
well-
that, yeah.
well, Charlotte gave you some great advice. I
Yeah.
mean, you guys are like best friends forever now. It seems like, right? You guys are talking
We're
and
both
texting.
into crystals and a lot of...
And so I think
Yeah.
having someone like that as another support system that loves to do hard things. She spoke to me and she signed up for a 50K. Was it the Avalon 50K? And so she was telling me about it. And so you guys are both in the same boat with just getting out of that comfort zone.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
all about getting out of the comfort zone. No more being afraid. I don't want to be playing it safe anymore. I'm actually, when I've gotten readings before, a lot of all my readings are the same. Like, you're very adventurous. And when I get told that, it's like, I'm always afraid of everything. But then I look back when I was younger and think I was more adventurous. I don't know why I'm so afraid of all this crap it took.
I mean, I used to run in
Little things.
the heat in Camarillo when I was like 90 something outside going before work, doing like 10 miles, having those feelings of like gonna pass out, but you just push through it. And then now as I get older, I'm like, I don't want to die. You know, I don't want to get heat stroke, heat exhaustion.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I think we just
yeah.
put things more in reality because it's like, I mean, we could die any day. That's just the fact.
Yeah.
And so I think we're just being more like logical about like, oh, if we want to buy a house or if we want to start a family, you know, like we're putting things in perspective of like, do I want to do something stupid and then, you know, suffer from that, like feel the consequences, or do I just want to live my life as much as I can? And I think we're at that stage where before we start a family and do all these other things, I think we just want to keep living our life. And then if the family happens, right? A group of friends don't have kids. We have all furry babies.
What do we say?
at the
We're
moment.
team no kids.
Team no kids
Yeah.
at the moment, but I
We
mean,
offer.
it is in the works, of course, in the future. But I think for the time being, I think just us going out and seeing what happens. You know,
Yeah.
if you end up getting pregnant at some point in the future, you end up being pregnant. You know, but I mean, you're training for something that's going to be a great day for you. And you're going to have tons of support, and it's local,
Yeah.
so we don't have to like worry about driving like hours and hours away to get
Yeah.
home. You know.
Oh yeah, not like you that you go far away all the time for
I
your
know.
races.
But I like to take you traveling to like all these different places. You know, like to travel and.
Oh,
see
my
new
favorite
things.
was the gorge. When we
Yeah,
went there.
Columbia gorgeous out there. I got to go back to that race maybe next year.
Oh my gosh, I felt
That'd
like
be
I was
awesome.
in Lord of the Rings.
I would love it out
Oh.
there. Yeah, maybe 2025.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Well, is that during when it's super green?
Yeah, it's usually like April, I think.
Yeah. That was such a cool race.
I'm actually happy.
Well, I didn't even run it. I just walked around at the waterfall.
I think that might be actually a good
Yeah.
option. Damn, I'm like putting myself on blast now. Because as you're talking about doing something hard and uncomfortable, I decided that next year I want to go for a 100-mile. And she was trying to talk me out of it first and saying, no, I think you need to get to this stage. And I was like, F that shit. What is that? I said that shit.
I don't remember, but I always just
I
try to
overhyped
think.
it.
Yeah.
I overhyped it.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I just said,
Oh,
nah,
that's the-
I'm doing it. I think that's how I said it.
I don't even remember, but at first I said, "Are you sure?" But I always support everything that you
Yeah,
do.
but it's all like a mindset going into like longer distance stuff. I think in general, just like you have your mindset when you're on the 405. It's like the same.
Oh God,
it's like
the Hello 5.
Or on the 405, we have those same
God.
feelings too. And I guess I might as well just use those feelings and put it towards something,
Yeah.
right? So I decided that I really want to go for 100, and I have someone that's going to do it with me, Mr. Matt, and he's like looking forward to it. So like, we have some big plans next year. Backbone, I mean, shit, Gorge now if that's the case. And then a hundo, 100. I definitely want to do one. I saw all these people from Western states to Hard Rock to Hayden, Daniel, Daisy's doing one, my friend Gus. Like they inspire me to just get up and go. And, my other Kuya David. And, even though he didn't finish the 100 AC 100, it still inspired me to get up and go.
Yeah, he's
doesn't
still.
really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't
what
matter.
pace you are or whatever. Like the fact that you mentally are grinding each and every weekend, doing something. It's very inspiring to see that. So all these people out there, even my old client Wes, I mean, he did 100, and he made the cutoff by like 9 minutes.
That's so crazy.
I think it's like 8 or 9 minutes. He was sprinting at that end to make that cutoff to get that belt buckle, and it's very inspiring to see that. All these people, we all grind, we all go through shit in life, and I think putting that energy into something that's gonna, like help you become a better person in some sense, right? Like Daisy mentioned in her post on Instagram that you do hard things to get you through those tough moments in life, and it makes plenty of sense, right? Mm-hmm. So you're doing something hard in your life, and we're going to be filming it each and every week. That's the goal, is to, I forgot what I called it, Road. It's like kind of copied Adidas thing, Road to Ultra, but I was like...
I don't remember.
I think I said like Audi to Road to 15K, like a series based on you where each workout will film you or something. I was going to film you, and then maybe you talk about your training and how it's going, and we kind of create like a little series. And some people actually, I think Charlotte said that'd be a great idea, just so like it keeps you interactive with people and people get to know your training, because she hired someone else. She didn't hire me as a coach, and so just kidding.
What?
I'm gonna be coaching
you're
her.
my coach. I'll try not to curse up a storm or when I'm irritated.
This week's your first week.
Yeah, it's my first week, but typically and it's not just towards you, when I've had people that train me, I'm not mean. I'm sorry if I say...
It's my eyes, guys.
But it's just when I say things that I'm like, I guess in the moment of going through something really hard, I just kind of get like irritated. So either... I have my many different faces. Either I'm really happy or I'm like in the pain cave and
there you go, Ed.
cussing.
You hear it all. Ed's hearing this all. He's taking notes. Ed knows now. Ed's our producer back there.
Yeah.
One day he'll pop up on the screen and
Ed.
maybe he'll say his hand will come over here
Yeah.
somewhere. So I think that's the game plan, at least for us, within our training. So I think Audie's training starts tomorrow.
No, I started last week.
Well,
it wasn't
not
the
really.
Well, no, I
this
jumped
week's
in.
like your first. This is like your first week of
Official.
actually getting things dialed in with like strength training and
all that
getting
stuff,
that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I started last week with mentally. I'm preparing myself. I was like, well, fuck it. I actually got up on a Saturday. I'm so shocked. I got up.
Yeah, you did your 3 miles.
Huh?
You did 3 miles.
No, this is on Saturday. When I said we should have a group run on Saturday, I'm gonna do 5 miles. I got up at freaking 5:15. Who am I? I don't even get up that early for work.
Yeah, that was early. I got up earlier
because you had more.
I had to do a little more miles than what was planned. But it was a great turnout. I mean, Saturday runs always bring out the best in people, because people are like decompressing from like a crazy load of work that week, and more people come out because it's the weekend. They don't have to like rush over. So like we're gonna start doing like 2 a weeks of like our Wednesday evening weekday runs, and then Saturday mornings. Just not this coming weekend because Bulldog is happening. But yeah, we're gonna host one in like 2 weeks, and so or next weekend. It's already like that time frame. And so yeah, we're looking forward to that, right? And so
Yeah.
I think for us, you know, the most asked questions, I guess you can say, is how do we balance out us, right? And how do we balance out a business? I mean, for the most part, like, you have your own full-time job,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like me trying to juggle the business as much as I can. She does her position within the company itself is more like the social media marketing, and so she kind of comes up with that spectrum. So at least that lessens the load for me. But I'm like the person that, you know, usually takes the phone calls if someone calls me.
Yeah, you're better at, well, you love to,
Well, I love to chat. But
yeah,
then,
you love to chat. You're
But
better
then,
at
you know,
that
I
than
mean,
me.
I'm the one that's coaching people anyway, so
Yeah.
it kind of makes more sense. But you're usually the one that will kind of do that stuff, and I'll take care of the website stuff. I usually try to come up with ideas on what we can do for the future
Oh,
stuff.
I'm not that
the
tech savvy
routes,
with that stuff.
the routes that we have for our runs, you know, areas. How can we bring in more people? Yeah, because I mean, the community, we had a great turnout on Saturday, and we want to keep growing that on the weekends and even on the weekdays.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, it's like you're more available on the weekends compared, I don't know, we got a mixture where people can't do weekends, so
I guess it really depends on
Yeah,
your
it
schedule.
really
but
depends on your
For the most part,
schedule,
it's people, now that people know that we're going to be doing stuff on weekends, it's more exciting for them to come out on a weekend and not have to feel rushed, right? And even us balancing our schedule, like, yes, ideally we would love to like host a time later on the weekday, but our schedule is so hectic with like taking out Cody for his walks and
Yeah.
then having to come home, and then I have to go to bed early because I wake up early the next day. You know, we definitely don't want to be stuck, like, I don't want to say stuck, but like feel rushed to like compress everything.
yeah.
you
Because
know?
I like to come home after our runs. I love,
decompress and eat.
yeah, take a long, extremely hot shower where my skin turns
I know,
red.
she's like a lobster after
I
that.
love hot showers. I know our dietitian told us, well, she told me it'd be beneficial if I did cold plunges. And I looked at her and I said, hell no.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet. You know.
No, thank you. Maybe right now that it's hot, I'd be down. But once it's winter, nope. I'll enjoy being my
Yeah.
lobster self.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting though, like when we think about, like, how did I balance out training for my 50-mile race, right? I had a hard time during that time. That was like 2 years ago. That was my last big
Yeah.
race, was 2 years ago, almost 2
Yeah.
years ago. And, you know, I think after that, I changed my direction of just doing shorter stuff, getting faster, right? So that was more manageable in the sense of balancing everything out. I mean, now it's going to be a true test for me next year as I tackle bigger distances. But I definitely think people always ask us, like, especially people make comments to you saying, I can't believe you allow him to do whatever he needs to do.
Well, I don't really understand that when people say, you allow your husband to do that, and it's like, he could do whatever he wants. It's not like you're going out there partying, doing drugs, doing anything bad. You're exercising and doing something good for your health. And it's not like you're out there all day trying to avoid me and Cody or, family.
Here I am, who knows?
I mean, if that, you could do that if you want, but I'm like that where I need my own personal space. Like, I think this weekend you're going to Mount Langley
On Monday.
on Monday, but you're leaving Sunday, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to have
You're at Sunday.
I'm gonna have the TV to myself. I could catch up on my shows you don't like when I
Degrassi.
watch. Oh yeah,
Degrassi.
my old show. I like reminiscing on the 2000s.
And that's
growing
even
up.
something. Yeah, and that was kind of a last minute decision. Rick was always telling me to go with him to that, and they're like, it's such a beautiful place, and that's like a 14,300 or something like that, 200 whatever feet mountain, and I haven't climbed anything more than San G, and that was 11.6. So this is new territory for me, and so I bought a new vest to pack more stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be like a 25-mile day up in the Alpines, so it's gonna be different than what I'm used to, but I think it's also gonna challenge me mentally and physically, right? But that's also balancing out, like, I have Ray Miller 50K in December, and so the train's gonna probably, when it hits September-ish, that's when we're gonna really get things more dialed in from what Keith was telling me. And that's where the real balancing is, because I have a goal in mind, and now that I cut myself from the gym 3 days a week, and it was more of an investment within myself and within our business, so I had more opportunities to like focus on me and not have to feel so rushed.
Yeah.
Because when I have to program people, I have a lot of people I program. Sometimes it takes hours and sometimes it doesn't, right? Depending on like the weeks and stuff like that. And I like to look at everything, look at the details, make sure everything looks good. What can I do? What can I change? Make sure the workouts are going to be set for them in a way where they gain a lot of benefit from it. And so I process things. I call them, I text them.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm always on the phone, it seems like, when I do that stuff. And that's like an all-day festival.
Yeah.
And so I think having an opportunity to finally release that, like, God, take care of me, was a huge stepping stone for me,
Yeah, I'm glad you finally did that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm telling you for the longest time. What do
You know,
you owe that place?
It's always a financial thing, right? You're like,
Yeah.
can I financially take care of it? But I've been very blessed and
Yeah.
financially blessed in the sense of having the clients I have. And, a lot of them I've been with for a couple of years, like Scott and Morgan.
Yeah.
I've had them for the same time frame, more than 2 years,
Yeah.
going way past that.
And they've been improving and doing so
moving,
amazing.
And then it's just awesome to see that. Even Aiden, I was thinking about him, and I have
Oh yeah, he lost a lot of weight
lost
too.
weight too, and he's trying to become a police officer, right? But like, when people believe in you and you believe in them, it creates more of a different bond. So it's something that doesn't feel like work, right? And so,
Well, I think that's what makes you a really good coach, because, and I'm not saying that because you're my husband, but you really are, because I do, even though I sometimes, I don't give as much pushback as I used to. I kind of just allowed it now, and I've been seeing, wow, I'm getting a lot faster because of you, and my endurance is getting better, and you also talking to me, like changing my mindset to be more positive. But back to, I wanted to say, when you were talking about allowing your significant other to do stuff, I just would never want to be that type of wife that holds you back from achieving greatness.
of course,
Because I know you wouldn't hold me back from achieving what I want.
Next year is going to be a grind. It's going to really push me to do bigger miles on the weekends and back-to-back stuff, and like really be more time on feet. And I'm looking forward to that. Like during the 50-mile training, I had like a 6-hour run, and I got to close to like that was like an easier training run, doing aid station stuff right in my car. Like that was almost a 50K right at that point, and it was good to like have that opportunity to do that. Some people don't have the opportunity, so they can only do so much.
There's only so much.
But I think having a balance between like us, like having your alone time, having my time with my guys, you with the ladies at Triple A's, right, and then having some new people, and then I mean this year has been even crazy. Think about it, like SoCal races are all jam packed because of the whole landslides and mudslides and all that stuff. So everything got jam packed towards the middle to end of the year, and now we're on one of the biggest races of the year, and and then Tour of LA stuff, right? So it's like been like back to back to back.
Yeah, you've been busy.
I've been busy. I'll be honest, it is. I've been like burnt, but not just from that, but just like trying to manage. I had a hard time managing my time for like 3 weeks or so, because I was focused on one thing and focused on this thing, and then at that time frame, I was like, I need to like stop jam packing. Like if I can't fit in my schedule, don't even bother. But I was doing that anyway.
I think you were doing that, but
I was like overdoing it. I think.
But I'm like simple when it comes to, I guess, making me happy in the relationship. As long as I love coffee. You take me out to, and I'm not talking about Starbucks or any of that crap. I'm talking about going to local coffee shops, organic, that use good coffee, not some gaga coffee.
Well, that's your coffee today.
You got me, my brown bear latte.
Your bougie latte.
Yep.
Jeez Louise. But I think it's also balancing, like, I've learned how to balance, like, our relationship better, where, like, I try to get my work done in the middle of the week, and then having those conversations in the middle of the week with people, and on Sundays, right? Because Sundays are usually slower days for me.
Yeah.
Where I can actually catch up with some stuff, and then having those Saturdays open where I can spend time with you, right? So it's like
coffee.
it's like priorities, breakfast. So we always try to
our favorite
prioritize everything, right? So we go to Old Town Cafe. I mean, I could call them and be like, "Yo, Mark, yeah, I see." He's like, "I'll put you in," you know. I know. But it's also like, you know, we're like, you know, we just try to balance it out. Like, even when Deadpool came out, we were like,
I think I was really grumpy that day.
and I was like, "You want to go watch Deadpool?"
No.
And then you're like, "No." And I
Because
was like, "Well, I got tickets." And then you're like, "Okay."
And
But
it
like,
actually
but we
came
never do
so
that.
good,
But we
yeah.
never did that. We don't do things like that. We usually kind of stay home and just like watch like Netflix or something.
Well,
but
we used to always go to the movies. We had
it was me, you, Donnie, Alyssa. That was like
we
our
always
thing.
went
every weekend.
every weekend, or we would go every Tuesday
Yeah.
to the Roxy.
But it's also
Yeah.
like, even when we think about it, like, you know, sometimes people are like, can ask us like, "Do you need permission?" I'm like, there's no thing for us where we need like permission. It's just like having an open,
It's just
open communication of like,
Yeah.
"Hey, like, are you cool if I do this? Because this is gonna help benefit me." I mean, that's one way,
I
right?
don't even think we even approach it like that. I know sometimes.
Well, I
If
mean,
we'll come
I'll
from-
ask you, like, "Hey, are you cool if I go to this run with Keith and the guys?"
Oh yeah, if you do
know what
that,
I mean?
I'm like, yeah. Why? And I'll always look at you weird. Why are you asking me? You can
You
do
know,
whatever you want. I'm
we
not
put it on
here
the
to.
calendar now.
Yeah.
Like, we kind of like do things where we like Audrey, our therapist and friend, said, you know, you need to get a calendar, write everything down, makes it much easier. So I think that's one aspect. Even
Yeah.
though I have the calendar, it's in my hand. I haven't put anything
I know,
in it.
I
need to
forget.
write things in
Yeah.
it. But it's also a reminder of looking at it that I have to like do that more often, right? And it's also like,
Yeah.
you know, like even for me, now that I have Tuesday and Thursday off of the gym, I still train people on those days,
Yeah.
but I can help you out. I can get my run done in the morning if I need to, or later in the evening, and then go take Cody out for a walk, right? Or spend more time with him so he's not with my mom all day. You
I know, he's
So
so
at least he
cute.
has me at home, even though he's under the bed half the time because it's hot. I know it's hot in here too. I'm like sweating. It feels like 1,000 degrees. It's like a sauna in here, right, Ed?
We're doing heat training in here for our races.
It's all the lights in. Is that what it is? Man, infrared lights. Ugh. But yeah, I think we've been in a good place with just
yeah.
that alone. You know, I think that her training is going to ramp up a little bit, of course.
Well, I think with my training too on Sunday.
You ran on your own.
I ran on my own. I woke up. My idea of when I say I'm going to sleep in, so I didn't go to the tour of LA because I just wanted to catch up on sleep. I went to bed around 10. But my idea of sleeping in is until 8 o'clock. I'm not a person that will sleep till noon. That's just not me. I don't know. I just can't sleep that much. I mean, I love sleeping, but I can't even take a nap. But I slept till 8 o'clock. And I walked Cody, fed him, did all things for him. And I decided I'm going to go run. And it was freaking hot.
Oh man, like my armpits. I didn't realize I was sweating. Don't mind that. Arms are coming down now. That's okay.
You can just take off your shirt.
Jeez Louise.
No, it's become
like,
Chippendales in
I
here.
know, geez, I didn't realize I was sweating that much. Dang, Ed. These lights in here. That's okay. I think I was sweating anyway. We're in Westlake, and Westlake is like, I don't know. Westlake's always like 15 degrees hotter.
I know. I won't leave
Than
my
Camarillo,
office. I'm
you
like,
know?
I'm staying inside.
I'm not embarrassed by that. That's like nothing.
Well, I'm sweating too.
But yeah, you
can't
went
see.
out and you did things on your own, you know, without me telling you. Because, I mean, oh yeah. Oh, that was just my sweat dripping on me. I thought it was a bug. I thought it was a bug crawling on me.
It's a rattlesnake.
I was
No.
like, what is that? But yeah, I mean, like you went on your own, you did it, and usually I would have to be with you while you do that kind
Were
of
you
stuff.
shocked that I did that?
I was shocked, and then I was like all these like emojis, and then Ambrose was commenting, and I was like, what the heck's going
Because
on
he
now?
said that.
Because I told him, he's like, where's Audie at? And I said, oh, she's probably sleeping in. And then, you know, he made
I
some
think
funny jokes.
Yeah, I think once I
He's a funny
explained-
dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ambrose if you're listening to this
I
at
know.
some point in
Pancakes.
the future. We definitely got to hang out more often. Cool peoples.
Yeah,
but,
he is. He laughs at the stupid shit I say.
But yeah, I mean, you went out, you did your thing, and
Yeah.
I think just having a support system too, like within our group of club members, you know, they're always down to run if you ever want to like run with them. They're always down to
I
do
know.
stuff, because, especially like Sandra. Sandra's like one of those girls that just like, oh, you need a pacer, I'll pace you. Oh, you need this, I'll do this. You know, even when, you know, she has like, she could have other things to do. She'd show up at the Camarillo Marathon, you know, to
Oh,
support
yeah.
us and just hang out for a little bit and have a beer.
Yeah.
And,
oh, she's so funny.
And so, like, you think about the community itself that
Yeah.
we're trying to build. It doesn't seem like just people just show up just to run and that's it. They like really like we all hang out. We all go to like a brewery, even though I don't drink.
I don't drink
You know, we
beer,
get food.
so I'm not a fan.
You know, like we try to
Yeah.
make things more interactive, and that's also balancing out that kind of stuff, because we have so many ideas that we want to do, but it's also like how much time is it going to take for us to do that? And you know, I mean, like they always say time is money, but when it comes to like this kind of stuff, I don't really utilize that type of info with the club. I think the club has like an opportunity to get to know each other more often and build better relationships and get to know each other on a one-on-one
Yeah.
level, you know, and
I think I've become even more, because I'm very, well, I'm not super introvert.
no, shoot, you and
Oh,
Justin.
I know we both are, but actually now we're both
Justin's more like
Justin R. with
extrovert.
Wilder.
What's his Instagram name? Introvert and Wild or something?
I don't know.
Something like that. I think he's
Oh.
like extrovert now.
Yeah.
I mean, I could say a lot of other things, but it's inside jokes. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Shout out to Justin for watching this.
And
at some point.
Wilder. And his little friend,
Keith.
the little Keith. I'm so obsessed with this little Pomeranian dog.
I mean, I even think about his schedule, and his schedule's kind of hectic too, and how he balances everything out. And he's
Mm-hmm.
like he's an early person too, so he gets up and gets it done. And I think that's what it ends up being
Yeah.
is when we get to our days where it's hectic, we have to like go to bed early.
Yeah, I've learned to not do that, because sometimes I'll just be up.
Not do what? Go to bed early? You're allergic to going to bed early. I know that.
I know that, but I've gotten better. It used to be midnight.
This girl sleeps at 10
11:30.
o'clock and wakes up at 6 o'clock. She gets like 8 hours sleep every day.
love to sleep.
I'm literally, like an earthquake could go off and she won't even feel it. Like I wake up, every little movement, Cody makes a noise, I wake up. Cody's on the bed and kicks me, I wake up. And I'm tossing and turning, I get hot when I sleep. So like, if I could get 6 hours of sleep, I'm like, oh, wait, cool. If I could get 7, that's even better.
I literally don't hear shit. I don't feel anything. I'm like, when I'm asleep, I'm asleep. And I've always told people, you have to literally, I told you, so you have to shake me and like really.
Ed,
give
are
me
you a heavy sleeper, Ed? No.
No.
He's a light sleeper, see?
I don't know.
Maybe it's just a guy thing, huh? I
I've
don't
been
know.
like that since I was a kid. I think I still remember the Northridge earthquake. Gosh, that now I'm aging myself, but I'm not gonna say how old I was because I don't remember. But I remember
You're 8.
my mom woke me up. Maybe I was. My mom woke me up, and then she's like, "There's an earthquake," and then I got up really fast. But my bed was like shaking like crazy. I didn't even know what was going
Jeez.
on.
She doesn't wake up to anything.
No. Even
Yeah.
my alarm, I'm starting to sleep through it. Carlita the other day sent me a funny.
Oh, was it?
Or she tagged me when you're Mexican and you hear your phone's
Did she
going
take a
off.
picture of me? She took a picture of me or
Oh
something.
yeah, she
and
sent me
it
that.
to- yeah.
But she sent me this thing with like a cumbia beat. I was like, damn, that's me right now. I don't
know.
hear my alarm anymore.
See, look at all these new friendships and relationships you've built.
Yeah, through actually talking to people before. I think when I first moved to Camarillo, I was at the grocery store, and some person just started talking to me, and I just looked at you like, ew, why is this person talking to me? And I just like put my
I'm
my
like
peaches.
opposite.
I'm like, you're all talking, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm not fucking talking to this
Let's
person.
say get discounts.
Yeah, I know. But now I guess it depends on my mood, but now I'm actually talking now to people, and I used to always make fun of I'm so sorry, Dad. Growing up, I made fun of you. Always talking about your herbs, your vitamins, your teas. Now I've become that damn person
Yep.
where I literally have a vitamin. My friends say I'm the drug dealer of vitamins because, oh, I have a headache. Oh, I have this. Oh, I pull out my pill pack. I'm like, oh, I have this. Here, are you feeling sick? Here, I have a bunch of zinc. I have vitamin D. I have magnesium. I don't know what this does exactly, but it's good for this. So that's just me.
Damn.
And then T's too.
That's wet. Damn, look at that. Prove that. Hang. Ed's gonna have to like Photoshop and do some stuff on that.
Well, at least you're getting some heat training out of it.
No, it's fine.
Oh, what's that movie, The Superstar?
No, I don't know. I don't even know what the hell that. Do you know what that is, Ed? Do you know what she's talking about?
No, she goes like this, and then she goes.
Ed knows everything. He grew up in this industry, so Ed. I'm always looking over at Ed over there. He's part of the show.
I know.
There's like a little fine print. Dig deep with Audie, Coach Pete, and Ed. But yeah, I think overall, if you want to run with us on the weekend, you definitely can.
Yeah.
Audie's always looking for people to run with now that she has longer miles.
Yeah, or even if we don't have a group run, I mean,
you're more than welcome to hit her up anytime, because she definitely wants to get off her comfort zone. So anyone who just really listens to this and says, hey, I mean, she may not be at your level, but you know, she's willing to push herself to get to that next level.
Yeah.
And that's where the training really begins, is really just getting out of that comfort zone. Over the weekend, I was like super proud of like all these people that, you know, I've been getting out and like really mingling and talking. And even after the run, we went to coffee, got coffee, right? It was our coffee run.
Yeah.
And it was great to see people actually show up there.
Good.
Yeah, some people don't, you know, I just don't know, like, their vibe, and I don't know if they want to hang out with us after, but, you know, we had pretty much everyone, I mean, we got there later because we ran longer.
Yeah, I ran shorter, but it's funny, I don't even realize, I guess, how much I talk.
Until Sean said something.
No? No, I realize when I go running, I'm the one doing I do a lot of the talking. I ran with Miriam. She's my friend from the UK. I can't do your accent. That's really cool. She moved to Moore Park, so I'm supposed to go running with her, not this week, but next week.
Yeah.
I'm excited because it's in the heat, and I want to just get...
When is it?
What?
Wait, what? You said you're running this weekend?
No, next weekend.
Or
no, not next weekend.
I was going to say, we're doing
No, sometime next in the week, like either
in the week.
Thursday or Friday.
I was like, wait, next week?
Is it okay? Is it okay if I run?
Of course it's okay.
Just kidding.
It's always okay. You don't need permission to run.
No.
Yeah, you know, I think this is more of exciting news. I know it's not going to be, maybe it is a long podcast. I mean, we kind of...
I know. I said it's going to be short.
We always go off tangent on what we ever talk about. But, I mean, I think overall, this is more exciting for Audie to share her story.
It is, and
my story as well.
Yeah, and I'm dedicating this run to anybody that has been feeling anxious, fearful, having limiting beliefs, thinking you can't do it. It's more for dedication for mental health. I've been there. I just want to get out of this rut. Hopefully I could help inspire. I mean, it's kind of weird for me to even say that, but I just hope that I could help inspire someone that's been in my boat in that, because it's just a crappy feeling.
Yeah. Someone came up to me too, actually. I forgot over those few days, and they said, thank you for inspiring me. I forgot who it was, and I was like, keep inspiring me, and I was like, wow, like I didn't realize like my runs and the way I do things inspires people to like better themselves. I never see myself like that, right? I don't walk around thinking I'm like Hollywood, you know. Not with these pit stains, you know.
God.
But yeah, you know, you don't think about that, right, with yourself. But I think
don't have any.
Nothing. But you're thinking pits. Oof.
I do not.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, you know, I think this is a true testament to what Audie's gonna endure.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna start filming her now. So we're gonna start doing like weekly video vlogs. I guess we're gonna call them vlogs.
And depending how hot it is, maybe I'll say my famous saying that I always say.
Yeah, for all those girls out there that always reach out to Audie, you know.
What?
You always say that term, like Jess. You tag Jess in it and all these other people.
It's hot up in this bitch.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't even know how... Alyssa, we were at a party at Rion when he used to be alive.
Oh, yeah.
He must be coming through. But I remember we were at his house. Oh my God, that house must have been freaking 120 degrees. And I think everyone's pits look worse than
Jeez, you gotta put me on blast or what? All right, cut the show, guys. Cut the show.
No,
We're
but
done.
it was so hot, dude. My bangs were like freaking like sweaty, and I was joking around with Alyssa saying, "Man, it's like swamp ass in here. It is so hot." And then I don't even know. I said it's hot up in this bitch, and we were laughing forever. And then I hadn't said it in a long time. I mean, it was an inside joke between me and her, and then I started tagging her and saying it, and other people started laughing at it. So I'm like, oh, well, I guess it is hot up.
Maybe it's like another T-shirt design that's hot up in this bitch. You know, maybe we'll do that. Maybe for the females.
Maybe, or a hat.
Or a hat, yeah, that's actually kind of true. Yeah, we got merchandise more.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone who supported us with merchandise.
Yeah.
We have a lot of things in the works, and yes, this is it. This is Audie's coming out party of her runs now.
Yep, watch out. I'll be getting up early.
Getting up early.
I actually got up early today, too.
See, look at this. I don't know, 5-something.
I got up.
Damn, who are you right now?
I know, seriously.
I guess I'm rubbing off on you.
Maybe
know?
I got up at...
You got up. I got a text from 5:45, I think.
I was up at 5. I will tell you because I got up before my alarm went off. I put my alarm for 5 instead of 5:30. I put 5:40 because I always press snooze.
I got the text around like 5:47, I think.
I got up without my alarm going off. 5:36.
Look at you. Yeah, because I think I got that text message from you just so I know out of context. And I'm curious about it. I think you sent me. Man, it's crazy. What time did you send me this?
Dang, we text a lot.
I know. We're just texting nonstop. That's when you know you have a good relationship where you just text stupid shit.
Then I sent pictures of Cody.
5:44.
Okay.
In the morning.
I was up at
All right.
5:36.
That's the key right there. Now she has to wake up every day at 5:45.
I was up at 5:36.
Anywho, thank you for watching and listening to another episode of Dig Deep with Audie and Coach B, Ed. And stay tuned for more videos, more training stuff from her. Just more of everything, and hopefully you get to know us more on a deeper level, and hopefully you get to listen to us more often than anything. I know I talk a lot, and now she's trying to become a social butterfly, so maybe I won't be talking as much.
No, I still like when you talk more.
But yeah, thanks for listening and thanks for watching. We appreciate it. This is episode 4, baby. We're gonna be hitting 5 this week. Episode 5 is going to be filmed with Chris.
Oh, yeah. Your best friend.
And
best friends forever.
Best friends forever. And then, and we're moving on up.
Moving on up.
So, I don't know what that was, but I guess we're going to shimmy out.
Shimmy
All right,
out.
shimmy us. I can't even say the word. Shimmy us.
It's so romantic.
Thanks, guys. Have a good
bye.
night.
Have a good night.
Morning, afternoon, whatever it is. Have a good day.